The Babita Deokaran murder case has been postponed to the 1st of November. 6 suspects were applying for bail. Deokaran was killed outside her Johannesburg home last month. The health official was a key witness in a PPE corruption investigation. ENCA's Govan Whittles is outside the Johannesburg Magistrate's Court and joins me now. So it would seem the wheels of justice, Govan, have been stymied, and this time around it's due to a cyber attack.
Yeah, that's what the reason for the postponement is that we received from the prosecutor as well as the defense. And when we arrived in court, Thulasizwe, it was clear that something was wrong here at the Johannesburg Magistrate's Court, because the systems, firstly, were all down and all of the processing had to be done manually, written down on pen and paper by hand. And it was clear then that the cyber attack has had a significant impact. But one of the other reasons why the defense wanted this case postponed to the 1st of October is because they say the conditions for consultation at the Johannesburg Correctional Center are not conducive to them, and they say that they have been significantly prejudiced by having to consult through intercom systems and through bulletproof glass. But the cyber attack has relevance because it has left the court unable to record the audio proceedings from today's postponement application. That's at least according to the defense and the prosecution here. Let's bring in the National Prosecuting Authority's Gauteng spokesperson now, Pindi Mjondwane, please. Pindi, thank you so much for your time. Just tell us what happened that's affected the court's ability to hold today's bail application.
Well, the defense brought an application before court requesting a postponement, citing that they could not consult with their clients, and therefore requested that the matter be postponed. And as the NPA, we do not oppose that. Hence, the matter was then set down for 2 days, which is the 1st and the 5th of October.
In the statement following the cyber attack on the Department of Justice, the NPA had said that it didn't believe the cyber attack would impact at all on the court's proceedings across the country. Yet this morning we heard from not only the court officials, but also the prosecution and the defense about how the cyber attack has left them unable to record the court audio. What's your response?
Well, you'll remember that that is a process within the Department of Justice. They are the ones who know the operations and the runnings of the building itself. So I think the Department of Justice are best suited to respond to how this has impacted the court services and the impact that it had on the matters that are enrolled to sit today before court.
Lastly, Pindi, this is a very politically charged case. The people that are appearing are alleged to have been hired by the person who was behind the assassination of Ms. Deokaran. Are you confident as the state that your case would be able to get to the bottom of who was behind the hiring of these men?
Well, we can confirm as the NPA that we have a prima facie case against all accused persons. But however, we will resist the temptation to disclose the contents of the docket in the media space. We as the NPA, we are officers of the court, and every information or every piece of evidence is presented in court before it can be shared publicly or publicized. So we believe that the matter is now enrolled and it's before court, and much of what is contained in the docket and the evidence that the prosecution has against all accused will be ventilated in court, and the public will get to know about it.
Thank you so much. That's the spokesperson for the NPA in Gauteng. Thulasizwe, in the background you would see some members of Action SA, also representatives of the Active Citizenry Movement. Both of those organizations have called for the strengthening of the Protected Disclosures Act and more clear protection for whistleblowers, not only within the public space but also private space. And obviously Action SA showing a big showing for Action SA outside court today as we head to the local government elections, and they're straightforward calling for the removal of the ANC, saying they believe that's what's behind the failure to protect whistleblowers. But the Active Citizenry Movement saying that there's a lot more lobbying to be done to ensure that whistleblowers are adequately protected in South Africa.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, thanks for that. That's ENCA's Govan Whittles. And it seems then, Govan, from what you are saying, that the cyber attack at the Department of Justice, perhaps we downplayed it, or it was downplayed somewhere, the degree to which it actually impacted that department and the various elements of the justice system, with the result that that postponement had to happen because today's proceedings, we are told, could not be recorded because of that cyber attack. I did encounter it a few days ago myself, but I didn't really understand the full extent of just the impact, because I tried to access certain functions within the website and it was simply not possible to do.